Welcome everyone, it's UnkleDestiny here back with you, and it's time to do the reading for the month of August. So we're going to go ahead and get the ancestors in and see what they have to say. I just want to remind you that this is a general reading for everybody, that anything more specific you need to contact me in particular so we can figure out what the ancestors have to say. But otherwise, let's get to it. Alright, so we've already gone ahead and thrown the bones, and let's see what the ancestors have to say. Now, so the arrangement here is this one is our family bone, this one is our home bone, and this one is our work bone. We have the quartz crystal here and the copper piece here, and then our assortment of other bones. So what we've got here is almost a diamond shape. But of course it's missing one of its key points, which would be right here, and it's made up of all the other bones. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start here with the work bone, since we have a myriad of support bones around it. Specifically, the spinal bone here, which, like I've said before in other readings, reminds me very much of the pelvic bone. So we have the birthing aspect, but we also have the bone that is right at the base of the brain. And that, in turn, suggests to you both new beginnings, but new beginnings that are very much intellectual based. But next to it, we have the broken rib bone, which is crossed by one of the support bones. So an element of support that you may have counted on may have some difficulties, or may be about to go away. But there is also going to be support in quieting it down. Because as you notice, even though it goes forward towards it, it is partially blocked. So there is both difficulty coming, but there are support that will help mitigate it and lessen the damage it could have done. And that's showing up here in your work. So I would see that there's going to be a lot of changes coming up around your work, some new opportunities. But the thing is, you've got to be willing to go and do those things. You have to take the initiative. It's just not going to come to you. And yes, you're going to have to make some decisions that are going to have some people unhappy about it. But the potential for greater support and greater change is there. Now, over here, we have the home and family bones. Because of their positioning and the way the bones fell together, they're much more interconnected. So the situations here is going to be seeing some definite family shifts, some family connections around home. It may be that the potentiality of someone may need to crash on someone's couch for a night, or someone will need to crash on your couch for a night or two. Not to mention, there is almost, if you look at how these two bones come together, they almost form a wishing bone. So if there's some wishes that you have around family and home, maybe a reconnecting, or if not, a parting, some wishes are going to be needing to be expressed and connected with here in this portion of the reading in relation to your family and into your home. And we've got a lot of support, and that support is going to be dancing back and forth. Now we move to some of the outer items. We have this little pair of bones here, which are off to the side. And those, because of their vectors coming in, they're going to be coming in near the family and work. So there's going to be an interesting situation that's coming in. And I see it happening more in September, if not October. That's going to affect the family and home situation. This may be new family members coming in. Let's say someone has just gotten a new girlfriend or boyfriend. You're going to be starting to meet them in around that time frame. Let's see. Vice versa, you may also find this is a situation that a new opportunity. Someone may be bouncing between more than one home in that situation there. And that's what that represents here over with this set. So let's move over to these. Now these are more in just general placement come up closer in relation to the work bone, with a degree coming into the family. So what I see here with this one is there is definitely situations, memories of the past that are going to be coming up, very important. Now these I see getting closer to October, November, maybe even December, which of course is a big family holiday time here in the U.S. But it's going to be very important about remembering the past, but also learning from it. So I know there's a classic statement of forgive and forget, and yet I find that we should always forgive, but we should never forget. Because if we forget, then we've failed to learn the lesson that that situation is supposed to teach us for our development. So here's the question: can you remember what this person did? Can you also act differently? Not from a place of hurt, but a place that keeps you empowered and you safe. That sometimes means distance, that sometimes means you just let them cautiously close, but you don't share deep information with them. So that's something to be kept in mind. And that also applies to work, because you never know, you may have a shoddy coworker to deal with. Otherwise, we've got some other support bones, and these are some other things that are coming in, and they're much more related to the work situation and what's going to come with there. I see those happening again around September and potentially October. Now, the copper piece is off here by itself. It's still in the range of the work, so there is definitely divine connection coming in relation to those two. But I see that the spirits and the ancestors, the gods, all have something else going on. There's some energy that they're getting ready. And also, again, it's distance. So whatever they've got planned is not going to be immediate. And what's more, I see it around September, October. The plane fly over here. Around September, October, whatever they've got planning, whatever connection, deep connection they've got, is going to start showing up then. But again, remember, it's also going to be about your intention. So if you want to make sure you're making in a good place to connect with this, then you need to make sure you're in intention of being in flow with the forces of the ancestors, of the spirits and the gods. So that's the reading for August. This is Uncle Destiny. I wish you well, and I hope you have a good Lumensod if you celebrate that. On behalf of the ancestors and the spirits, be well and blessed. Ashe.